I'm Karen McLendon, and I'm going to spell my last name because I do have a website, and if I don't answer a question because I can't stay that long, please feel free to email me. Even through the summer, I do check email just in case things come up. It's McLinden, and Karen with a K. So you go on the Ridgeview website, and you can go to Parent Resources, and it says Teacher Websites, and there's even an alphabetical thing. Just click on the M and find my face, and there we are. And there are some things on there you're welcome to look through. We have a blog for 6th grade algebra and geometry. You can see what the students think about different topics and what kind of math we blog about. And just understand that these are student comments. I don't filter unless they actually call a student by name, say something ugly. So there are some silly things in there. I actually let them have a free blog last time. So there were topics about whether they agreed with the NBA draft and things like that. So you just have our NFL draft. You just have to understand that was a free blog. So the best thing about, excuse me, I'm going to time myself because I can tend to talk too long. The best thing about tag math is the acceleration. I mean, that's the focus, is that this program allows your students to take as many as 2 college-level courses in math by the time they get out of high school. So you're thinking, wait, I'm only in the 5th grade here. But we take algebra in the 7th grade, geometry in the 8th, and then you can take algebra 2, pre-calculus, and as a junior, take college-level calculus. And then as a senior, you can take the higher-level calculus, or you can take statistics, AP statistics. So your student can actually get out of high school with 2 college credits in math. So it is a tag program. I do try to make the curriculum more enriched, but the acceleration is probably 75% of what makes it tag. Because algebra is a skill that students have the mental ability to do somewhere between the age of 12 and the age of 14. So your students being tagged are at the lower end of being able to do it. That allows them all of that time to take the higher level math courses. One of the things I do is ask my students, what should I tell your parents? And so I asked my 6th graders today. Miss McLendon pushes us too hard. We have fun with calculators. There's not as much homework as 5th grade, which I really don't believe, but that's okay. The Animal Cracker project is great, but make sure you buy 2 boxes of animal crackers in case you screw it up the first time. This is a project that we do when we study our geometry unit. They have to take a box, make it half the volume, but it has to be in a shape that's different from their original animal cracker box. So it is both a joy and a nightmare, depending on whether you're the child or the parent. One of the 6th graders said, you have to focus. Make sure you learn to help your kids with homework. Now the 8th graders said, be organized, do your homework, and not the morning it's due. You can't do that anymore when you get to middle school. Do not procrastinate. Ask questions no matter what, even if you think they're stupid. So I thought that was good because the 8th graders have a 3-year perspective with me, and they say, come to tutorials, make friends with the teacher, and you make friends with the teacher by coming to tutorials. So I thought that was a cute answer. One of the problems of 5th grade to 6th grade transition for math, many of your students have never had a problem with math, ever. And 6th grade is 2 years of math in 1 year. So there is going to be something that is challenging. And the problem is they don't have a toolbox a lot of times to deal with that. I had a student raise their hand about a month ago and say, I've never learned this. And I said, well, good, we finally got to something you don't already know. And they didn't know what to do, and it was difficult. So allow them to be uncomfortable. It's okay to help them, but make sure they have a day to struggle before you help them. If it's a new concept, because a lot of times you come home the first day thinking, I don't know anything, I didn't get that, I didn't get that. And they have that little panicky moment. Try not to bail them out of that moment. Say, I'll bet tomorrow you'll get it. And usually the next day they were like, oh, that was easy. It's that first shock of something brand new. So allow them a little bit of discomfort, because if it's not this year, it'll be the next year or the next year. They're going to hit something that's hard for them. I do have tutorials regularly. I do them in the mornings. So please encourage them if they had any trouble with homework. Oh, just go to tutorials. And I'm willing to help anybody who needs help. Sometimes I even come at lunch for tutorials. There is a handout on my website about the progression of math beyond 8th grade, the high school track. So if you want to take a look at that, it's there. You should look at my website, read the blogs, because the kids can say more than I could ever say. A question I've always been asked by parents is, do we need a calculator? We supply calculators. I think by algebra, it's probably worth the investment to get the top level of the TI-84, which right now is the silver edition, TI-84 plus silver edition. Most of your students will use it all the way through high school. You won't need to buy another one, except maybe if you take BC calculus, they may require TI-92. But please, don't feel like you have to buy a calculator. If you've got it in your budget, it's not a bad thing to have their online calculators. They really don't need it in 6th grade, but by algebra they usually do. So I have 22 seconds now. I finished talking before 22 seconds was up. Questions? I'm sure there are things I haven't answered that you'd like me to talk about. I can't believe it.
The tutorials, the morning ones, are they before school?
They're before school. 7:45. And I give them a pass to advisory, so they can be a few minutes late to advisory if they need extra help. Right now, and every year is different with the schedule, but right now I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday tutorials. And your students can't come to tutorials because I teach during their lunch period, so they really have to come in the morning. But by the 7th and 8th grade, I'm off at their lunch periods right now, so we just work it out. And if they need it, I'll help them. 6th graders are very reluctant. In fact, one day I said, how many people think only stupid people go to tutorials? And I mean the whole class. They think from elementary school that it's the dummies who go to tutorials. You can open my tutorial door any day on a Friday, and it's full of 8th graders. Because they've gotten all over that. They know they need help, they just come. And somewhere between 6th and 7th grade, they realize that it's okay, and it's not the dummies, it's kids who want to be good and learn. So, you know, that's going to be something you have to get over, to help them get over. It's some kind of prejudice in elementary school that, and it may be because it's been so easy, they think that's somehow giving defeat, and it's not at all. And one-on-one help is so much better than a class full of 25. I mean, you can only imagine how much that helps. And you know, it's not one-on-one, there are probably 10 kids in there, but once I get to each one, they've all had their one-on-one time. Okay, well, thank you very much. And please, if there's something you think of later, email me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that I missed today.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.